Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here as well. And we got a special guest in the building.
A motherfucking icon,
An
guy.
icon.
Don't play with
I
him.
thought he was up here. This is his first time up here, which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's
I only
crazy.
seen you on the road.
I know, but
That's it.
I thought you've been up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Little John.
Little John.
Hey.
What's
Welcome,
up, legend?
brother.
Hey, man. Hey, thank y'all for having me. Thank you for
Hell
having me.
yeah, good morning.
It's about time.
Morning, everybody. We don't say good morning enough to our fellow brothers and sisters.
That
We
is true.
should.
That's right.
I was a victim of that until I started to change my mindset. Sometimes I would come down, get in the car, going, on the road. I didn't say good morning. And once I started to change my mindset, I realized that's a good way to start your day and a gesture to someone, whoever you're riding with, the driver, whoever.
Ask them
Say
how they
good
feeling,
morning.
and then ask them how they feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's also the case. Sometimes just say, how is your day going?
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause I found myself sometimes I'm really in tune to my spiritual side. I've been for a long time. Sometimes I might just I remember being in the club and I might walk by a random person and I can feel their energy and I'll be like, let me just give you a hug.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes that just changes somebody's life.
Absolutely.
What about when you were the person that might have been creating the energy though? Like if you felt like some aggressive angriness from this person, but it was your fault because of your set that you just did.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one time I was in South Carolina.
Hey.
In a hole in the wall club way back in the day, and it was supposed to be a night where Cash Money was supposed to be there, and they called me because Cash Money couldn't come. So these folks in South Carolina was mad than a motherfucker that we was not Cash Money. Lil Jon Eastside Boys show up,
Damn.
and so I understand it's a hostile situation, but I looked out on that crowd and I said, the biggest dude in this crowd, I'm about to make him my best friend. And I made him my best friend during the show, like playing to him, giving him drinks and hyping him up.
Yeah.
And then it turned the whole crowd around, and then they were fans of us after that.
Absolutely.
But it was a way, you can always change the energy of a situation if you approach with a calm manner. That's why good security don't go and try to fight somebody. They try to diffuse the situation.
right.
That's the first rule, is diffuse it, not be the aggressor.
Right. And Little John, I want to go back. So this is your first time
Hold on,
here.
real quick though. What is a Little John morning routine like?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Yeah. What is a Little John morning routine?
So this morning, I woke up, had a little water. Of course, I do I do this Korean facial stuff. So I do skin. My skin is very important
Skin
to me.
looks very
How
good.
do my skin look, ladies?
It looks really good.
Yeah,
Love
so-
it.
One rule for that is positivity, positive energy, positive thoughts. Because if you're a negative person, all this negativity is going to wear the flesh down. So get up in the morning, do my skincare routine, brush my teeth, all that good stuff. And then since I'm on the road, a nice healthy breakfast for me was 2 hard-boiled eggs, some yogurt, some berries, and a grapefruit.
Wow.
That's simple, easy, and start with a positive mindset. It's going to be a great day. I'm always in my mind saying affirmations for the day, even before I go to bed, in my dreams. Like last night, I was like, it's going to be a great interview. I look at this as one of the biggest interviews I've ever done in my life because it's 50 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, a long interview. It's a lot to talk about. Charlamagne, you seen me grow from, I think one time we talked, you were like, you came to the radio station in South Carolina one time. That was early on. He wasn't even on air yet, right? Were you on air?
I think it was a phoner. You called in. You had just put out. I think you had just put out Bia.
Wow. So that's 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, 20 years
we were talking about you having the Confederate flag in the video, and I was asking you about that. Yeah.
So that's you've seen the growth, and I think it's important because you've seen the growth. You've seen it from a different angle. You've seen it from a different angle. You've seen it from a different angle. And, you guys moved the needle of culture, and you've had everybody and their grandmama on this show. So I think it's one of the most important and, best interviews I think I'm going to have because of all of that.
Let's claim it.
Yeah.
Let's claim
Period.
it.
Do it.
I want to go back. I want to start from the beginning. These are the interviews I love because for some reason I thought you've been up here before. So I want to start when you first got in the music industry, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with you started working for Jermaine Dupri.
Yep. 93.
Start from there. So how did you hook up with Jermaine Dupri, and what did you do for Jermaine Dupri?
So I used to be in Atlanta in the 90s. I was like the hottest DJ in the city. I was the man. I did all the parties. And I would see Jermaine all the time at the clubs. And then I did this one club called the Phoenix Nightclub, which was the hottest nightclub in Atlanta at the time. We brought Biggie. We brought Biggie. I got Biggie and Craig Mack together when they did the Big Mac tour.
Wow.
So I got them. That's an interesting story. Cause I worked on the radio station, but I wasn't the PD. And you know how back then you had to go through the PD because you wanted to get the spins for your artists. So Diddy, you know, he let us get Biggie and Craig because he thought I was like the PD. And he get there and the club is slammed, like 1 million people. And he's like, yo, what the hell? Yo, we need some more money because this thing is packed. And then he found out that I wasn't the PD. Oh, damn. And so he was extra pissed. And then he even tried to get the rep that worked for BMG at the time fired because we got Craig and Biggie for free.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That was normal back then, though. When artists were on promo tour?
But you wanted to go through the station so you can make sure you get the spin
Gotcha.
and get the look. And we wasn't that, but we were hot promoters. So I was doing all the hot parties, and I would just see Jermaine all the time. But like even if I wasn't DJing, I was everywhere. Like I had a thing where I wanted to be I called it from Bankhead to Buckhead. I was from the bougie spots to the most hood you can get in Atlanta. So I was literally everywhere. And Jermaine came to me. Well, for one thing people don't really know, Dallas Austin's brother came to me first. So his name was Claude Austin. He passed away. But Claude Austin came to me first and wanted me to work for Rowdy. But then Jermaine came to me around the same time, and Claude ended up passing. And Jermaine came because I was just everywhere. And he was like, I need someone like you to represent, my label because you everywhere. So he hired me in 1993. I started working at So Def, and I was hired to do A&R and street promotions because I was everywhere. Right. So he wanted someone that had respect in the city that could go anywhere, and someone like me that I was always out. So that was represent So Def from Bankhead, like I said, to Buckhead.
And what artists did you have being an A&R for So Def at that time?
I put together all of the So Def Bass All-Stars. And
at night, I think the whole
very slept on era of Atlanta. By the way.
And that changed music too. Like it gave us a whole genre that had never been created, like had never been done before. And that all started because in Atlanta we used to do it was DJ Jelly. Shout out DJ Jelly. Shout out the J Team, DJ Smurf, and all of those guys. They would take slow jam acapellas, like say one famous mix was Can You Stand the Rain, New Edition, and put it over a bass beat. So they used to do all of these mixes like that. They would just do a whole mixtape. It would be all bass beats and then these R&B acapellas. And so I was like, we love this so much in the city. Let's take that and make a record from that. Nobody made an actual song. So I came up with that concept, and I went to my boy, DJ Cool Kali, a.k.a. Rodney. And then at the same time, I met Carl Mo. He used to call the phone at So Def and play his tracks on the phone. Interesting story about that. So one day I'm like, these tracks is dope. So I called him to the office, and he comes up there with a freaking keyboard and plays the keyboard. Like just playing the keyboard, not like no CDs, no cassette tape, just playing the keyboard. I'm like, this is crazy. So I ended up using him, and we did My Boo. And I did all of the So Def Bass All-Stars. And then out of that, we had Player Poncho. He got signed, and we did a couple of records with Player Poncho. And Player Poncho is actually how I met the Eastside Boys. Wow. Because Player Poncho would always, when he would go out, he would have a whole 20 guys with him. And the Eastside Boys was always with him, even if it was just 2 or 3 guys with him. And so I was always with Poncho because he was my artist, And so me and the Eastside Boys, just one day we were in the club, and I think we were in the club 559. And we just started chanting this chant, who you with? Who you with? Get crunk, who you with? And then everybody in the club started chanting it. And then I look at Big Sam, I'm like, we need to turn this into a song. And so I know I have access to people with labels and stuff. So I called somebody I knew. Actually, I called Cool Ace, this guy named Cool Ace. And Cool Ace connected me with this guy named Carlos Glover. And we ended up going in the studio and we made the song Who You With. And that started everything for Lil Jon as an artist.
When did you start producing? When did the production bug come in?
Probably like 92.
And you never made beats at that time. You just bought a machine and said, I'm a...
No, it started off where me and my partner, I used to do a show in Atlanta called Reggae Jammin' on the main station in Atlanta, B103. And me and Paul, I was in the sound system with Paul Lewis called Four Seasons, so I was like a selector, like for the Jamaican sound system.
You did Jamaican music, did every type of genre of music.
So we had a dance hall, we had a reggae show on Friday nights on the station, and what we would do is I would take hip hop acapellas and put them over dance hall beats, and dance hall acapellas put them over hip hop beats. Through that, we got linked up with Signet Records, and we convinced them to give us the Capleton Tour acapella. That's how I got to do the Capleton Tour remix. Wow. Like when I did verses, I remember playing it, and people were like, "You ain't do that!" Like, And I remember like in real time, DJ Scratch pulled the vinyl out. And he put in the chat, like, I'm looking at the credits. He actually did produce it. So what we did at that time, we would kind of tell somebody how we wanted to produce the records. And later on, we bought a drum machine. I learned how to produce by the time we got to Who You With, which was 95, 96. But before that, we kind of just told somebody, like, yo, chop this, chop that, do this, da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
So,
did you have production credits on My Boo as well?
I did not.
Okay.
I should have gotten some because I really co-produced the song with them. But I thought, as part of my job description as an A&R, it's the first project I'm doing that was just part of the job. But I was really there every step of the way of inception of putting that song together.
I'm glad you mentioned Sam and Bo too, because people always seem to forget about the East Side Boys.
Yeah.
What did they bring to the table? What made Lil Jon and the East Side Boys such an amazing group?
We was just like, because we were the sound of the rowdy guys in the back of the club. That's what we were. We was them niggas that were turned up in the back that you just be looking back like, make sure they ain't coming over here with that bullshit. So we were that. And what people don't understand about crunk music, I know some people are like, why did it do what it do? Why did it spread? Why did it become big? Because it was an outlet of energy for black youth.
Yes.
When you went to the club, you had a hard ass week, you had a hard life, whatever the fuck was going on in your life, you hear that fucking crunk music and you get in that damn mosh pit and you let all of that out and you feel amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why crunk music was able to reach so many people. That's why I still like going, like I see you talking about all the time about Knuckles You Buck as a Negro spiritual.
Negro spiritual.
And it is. Like it touches your soul in a certain way. And I think we do in like crunk music tap into music to the ancestors because they were chanting and so on and so forth.
What did you do when you were banned from clubs? I remember in college there was some clubs that were like, you cannot play none of that in this club.
Yeah, put your hood up and all that stuff. We just kept going because when you tell somebody they can't have it, they want it more. You know, but it was crazy that the music got people so rowdy that they were like losing. I've seen people. I was in Louisiana one time. We did a show and they got so turned up they start fighting the police in the club.
Oh, wow.
Amazing times.
Amazing
Amazing times, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. I want to just talk about one thing real quick that it's been going viral. It's the video of the $2 bill concert that we did in Atlanta. It's a viral video of it's me performing Get Crunk and that whole concert. And you can see the energy on each and every, if y'all look at the video, each and everybody in there's face is turned up. It ain't nobody, not one fucking cell phone in the air. Everybody's enjoying the moment. Everybody is energized. And even you can see that the ground was shaking because the camera, when it's steady, is like moving. That's how much energy was in that place. And I think it's just a testament to like, we just brought something different, you know? And like the kids now think they are turning up, but they have no idea what a real turned up time was from the 2000s.
And Get Crunk was such a great record because I didn't think you could get crunker than Kings of Crunk. You know, I'm not even joking. I didn't think you could get crunker than that, but as soon as you hear Who Am I, Bohagan being me, motherfucker, you like, God damn.
Bohagan killed that. Salute to Bohagan out there.
How did you even have the mindset to take that to another level? How did you take that energy to another level?
That beat was produced by Lil J, who produced
Knuck If You
Buck.
Wow.
So it was time to, come and work on the album, and, everybody down with BME. Of course, people that don't know Crime Mob, part of that was through BME. So we are part of putting them out there. So, of course, I called all of the squad. Trillville helped me write some of the songs. And yeah, Lil J sent me some beats, and that was one of the beats, and I was like, this is insane. Wow. 'Cause I thought it was one of the crunkest beats ever too.
Absolutely.
I think my favorite beats that I've produced or co-produced or been on is Get Crunk and What You Gonna Do. And What You Gonna Do is unique. I was in New York when I did that beat. I remember I was on TBT, and Steve Gottlieb, and shout out to Brian Leach, my boy Brian Leach. He was the A&R at the time. He was like, Brian Leach was like, yo, you got to go in and knock out this song for this. I think it was like a Christmas album or something. Christmas Crunk album that Steve Gottlieb wanted to put out. And I'm like, he can't put no fucking album out called Crunk without me. So I was like, fuck this guy. And so I was in New York, and Brian was like, you got to go in and record this song. So I was angry when I made that beat. I'm never mad when I make tracks, but that's one of the only beats I've ever made when I was angry, and that's why I sound so aggressive, because I was mad that I had to go in the studio and record this. I wanted to just go out. Like I was like, I'm going to the club. He was like, no, you got to go in and do this song, and so that's my anger coming out through the drum machine.
Did you ever trademark the word crunk?
I can't remember. Probably. Did all my ad libs. I know that.
Because you're the face of Crunk, but to me, I would say 3 6 Mafia are probably the
So that's
the
another
fathers of
argument going
Okay.
around. It's an argument that says Memphis started Crunk. Here's what I will say. We in Atlanta, you couldn't be Atlanta in the 90s and not be listening to 8-Ball MJG. You couldn't be riding around not listening to Master P. Master P changed the landscape of
The South. Yeah.
Period.
That's right.
He was the first one that really got us rowdy. I would say it was Master P. But we was listening to Ball and G, and of course 3 6 Mafia came around
You think P got us rowdy before 3 6?
I think for Bout It.
Yeah, but tear the club up. I bet you
think
won't hit a
Bout It-
motherfucker.
Tear the
Hit 'em
Club
up.
was 97. What year did Bout It come out?
I was in
look
college.
that
Had to be
up. I don't
95.
remember.
I think it was like 95.
95.
'Cause
I was in
I
college.
remember what happened was in the club in Atlanta, it was playing bass music, and then when Master P came, that was over.
About it. That was 95. Definitely. I was a freshman in college.
That was the record. Motherfuckers in the hood was getting No Limit tattoos.
1995.
95, yeah.
Exactly.
That part of the album, true.
That's what changed it for us. So I will say Memphis is part of the influence, but our sound is different.
Yeah.
Memphis was getting Buck.
They say Body Body was 97. That seemed late though.
No. It
Is
came out in
95
95.
as a part of the album.
Tear the
True.
Club
It was a
Up
white
was
label, it was
97.
95.
When we got Tear the Club Up, it was when they redid it. That was
Okay.
97, because I remember it says on the vinyl, Tear the Club Up, 97. So, but it started for us with Master P. That Bout It shit just changed everything. But we are influenced, but it's all different sounds. But it all intertwines and works together.
So what would you call what 3 6 was doing?
They called it in Memphis Buck, but 3 6 was doing it even. We wasn't even Buck music. I think it was just 3 6 created their own lane of Memphis music, and then they changed the landscape of what Memphis music is. So salute Paul, Juicy, and the whole squad. That's family too.
You know what I want? You know what I want to ask too? When you were making these tracks, did you try to make it your business not to sound the same? Because when you look at your discography to see some of the records that you did, I'm so amazed because they don't sound the same, right? You can go to the window to the wall, you could blow your whistle over here, and then you could the shit is amazing.
Yeah, well, it depends. Well, a lot of it. So let's talk Get Low. Interesting story of Get Low. Get Low became because I was trying to make Party Up. I was
Really?
inspired by Party Up.
DMX?
I love DMX's
Really?
Party Up so much.
Wow.
I was like, I want to make something like that. Let me go in the studio. This was like 99. And so I go in and I come out with Get Low. If you listen to it, it's got the whistle, like Party Up. It's some similarities. I'm inspired by it, but I sat on the beat. I couldn't really come up with nothing. And then I had a session with Yin Yang and I pulled that beat out and we make Get Low. So it comes out. Like, that just came, like I said, because I was trying to do something different, but it turned from, like, a rowdy Party Up type song to a twerk song.
Yeah.
But then, like, say, Tell Me When to Go, E40. We were in the studio together, and that's the energy of what he's giving me and his squad is giving me, and it comes out into the drum machine. So every time, I make the best stuff when I'm in the studio. Youngblood's Damn, we were in the studio together. And it took 2 days for us to get that song done. Like, I did the beat the first day, we had the verses the first day, but we did not have the hook. And then the second day, we just threw a party in the studio. And then Bo Hagen, again, shout out Bo Hagen, he was like, everybody was throwing hooks out, and then he was just kind of mumbling something. I was like, what you got? Because I'm shooting everybody's shit down, like, pew, pew, pew. That shit's trash. And then he just mumbling something. I was like, what's that? I said, that's it. That's it.
You don't give a damn.
Go lay that. And then I got the second part. You know, and sometimes that's how some of the records happen too. Like, you just stumble onto it.
Blow the whistle.
Blow the Whistle. I did that beat the same week that I did Tell Me When to Go.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was working on E40's album, and I think we had done Muscle Cars that day. So Too Short had came to the studio a couple days after that. So before, like, earlier in the week, I was making beats and I was going through sounds and I found that sound. And I was like, ooh, this sound like Freaky Tales bass line. Like, this a bass like that. I was like, let me make something with that. And I don't know what made me, instead of making it slow, make it fast.
100 tempo.
Because I like to do stuff different. I don't like to be expected. So I was like, let me make it 100 whatever BPMs.
100 BPM.
So I put it to the side. And when Too Short came to the studio a couple days later, I was like, here you go. You know, I got something for you. But first, 40 turned it down.
So 40 didn't want it?
40 had to remind me of this the other day. He was like, you know, you gave me that beat first. And I was like, this sound like Todd, so give it to Todd. So that's what happened.
So basically, he should get co-production credit as well. I
did the beat. I gave it to him. He didn't want it.
What moment made you realize Crunk had officially crossed from Southern energy to a global movement?
Coming up doing MTV, they let me get in Times Square on a double-decker bus with Lil Scrappy on TRL doing What You Gonna Do? Bruh, MTV?
I was going to say MTV too, because I remember watching the Video Music Awards. I forgot what year it was. They played Get Low going in the commercial break.
Oh.
And the audience went crazy, and Justin Timberlake was wilding. And I just remember thinking to myself, oh, Get Low is out of here.
Yeah. And then we end up performing Get Low at the MTV Video Music Awards. Get Low, yeah. Lean Back. And what else we did that year? I can't remember. But that was a big time. And Dave Chappelle was the host. So that was pretty insane. That was a pretty insane year for me.
And when you started doing R&B, did you think you could do R&B, or was one of the things? How did you get introduced to say, let me try to make R&B records for doing all of it?
He was already doing them with the So Bass All Stars.
Well, that was different. So here's what happened. So Sean Garrett, shout out Sean Garrett, incredible songwriter. He reached out to, I guess he was trying to get in touch with me, and he couldn't get in touch with me. So he knew somebody that worked with me. Her name was Delicia. Delicia had all my beats. So she gave him a beat CD, and that's how he got the beat, basically the Freak-a-Leak beat, which turned into Yeah. So she gave him the beat. So thank you, Delicia, for giving Sean those beats. And Sean wrote Yeah to that Freak-a-Leak beat. So crazy thing about that is that beat was for Mystical.
Freak-a-Leak?
Freak-a-Leak's beat was for Mystical. So I did those. I used to like have labels book me in Circle House. Shout out BB Circle House in Miami. And I like take a week and I just go and do as many beats as possible. And the label could take all the beats, put them on whatever artist they want. So these particular sessions was for Mystical. That beat was in there. He passed on it. And so I think CO, shout out CO, he got the beat and he wrote Freak a Leak. I don't even know this, but he wrote that and submitted it to the label, Petey Pablo. He ended up recording, but I don't even know this.
Mm-hmm.
So Sean Garrett has the beat. He writes, yeah. Usher don't want to record no more songs. He done with the damn album. He's like, I'm good. I got Burn. I got all these other songs. I'm good. We good. L.A. Reid's like, no, go record the damn song.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and records the song, and we come out with it. I remember going in and doing the sessions too. Like I think we recorded in L.A. and we were like, this is a smash, right? And so the song is in the can, and then I remember it was around Christmas time. The album is done. L.A. Reid is in Miami, and he calls JD going insane. And JD called me on three-way, and L.A. Reid is like, why am I hearing this Usher record on the radio? And basically, it was the Freak a Leak instrumental playing as a bed. They had released the song as a single, Freak a Leak, and we didn't even know. I didn't even know they had used the beat.
Oh, wow.
So L.A. Reid's going crazy, and then we like, all right, we just gonna go in and do a new beat. Thank God we did, because Yeah over Freak a Leak is not as good as Yeah as Yeah now.
Right.
That's how God worked, though.
Yeah.
And crazy story is when I went into the studio to like redo the beat, I'm like, that Petey Pablo record ain't gonna be that big. Just take all the keys off. Let's just play a new synth line.
I had no faith in Petey, man.
And I don't know, because it's Usher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't, I just didn't think it was gonna be that big. It could have been a cool record.
Right.
But I didn't think it was gonna be a #1 song like it was. So that's why the beats sound similar, is because I just used the same exact drums, but I played a different synth line. So, I got my boy L-Rock. My boy L-Rock played the synth line. So we just played a new synth line, and here we are with two monsters at the same time.
Well, Yeah probably helped Freak a Leak, though, because
Yeah, it's just-
you play Yeah, now you want to play Freak a
Yeah,
Leak.
mix them together, all that.
Yep.
Lovers and Friends.
Oh, so that I was gonna get to that.
Yes, that origin story. Tell them.
So when we were working on my album Crunk Juice, right? So instead of going with another up tempo, I like to be different. I could have certainly went to Usher, John, and Luda with another fast song. I said, let's do something different. And in Atlanta, we go to the strip club for everything. So we always I was in the strip club one day, and the DJ played the Michael Sterling Lovers and Friends, and I was like, that could be pretty cool for Usher to do. So let's back up. So this is before Usher's album is done. I give Usher the Michael Sterling on the CD, like, check this out. We should do this over. This nigga don't listen to it. He don't listen to it. So we on my album. So I'm like, I'm going to take that Lovers and Friends idea and do it for my album. So I do the beat over, and I let Usher know, yo, I got this joint for us. Like, come, let's do it. So he flies in, he records it, and he's out. And after he does his parts, I'm just like, wow, this is a smash. So I call Luda. I'm like, bro, we got another one. Like, I need you on this ASAP. Send it to Luda. He did his parts. And then I go in last because I'm not the rapper. And so I was like, I need to take my time to make sure my verse is as catchy as possible, because I can't compete against Ludacris. And then it's Usher. Like, come on. So I was like, let me take something from this record. We had a record called it's a record we did with Ubi. I forgot the name of it.
Nothing's Free?
Nothing's Free.
Ooh, how you forget that? That's a classic.
Nothing's Free. So we did Nothing's Free like in the 90s. And so I was like, that Sade part was really catchy on that song, but it was regional. Nobody really heard it out of the South. So I was like, let me take that same little thing and put that in Lovers and Friends, and that will be the little catch for my verse to make it catchier. And little did I know that was going to be like people's favorite verses, because it's so simple. It's so simple and it's catchy. And yeah, that song went #1 without a video.
Why we never got a video for that record?
Because it was the labels and Superstar this and Superstar that and da-da-da-da-da. But #1 song, rap song of the year without a video in the 2000s is impossible.
I was going to say.
Real quick, you got three of... and you made me think of it when you said Nothing's Free. You got three artists that I feel like should have been way bigger.
Yeah.
China White,
Yeah.
Ubi, and Bohagan.
Yeah.
What do you think was why did those dots didn't connect?
We worked hard. Like Ubi was with me for a long time. We did a lot of records, but we just never got the right one. Just how it just happens like that sometimes with artists. China went to jail right when we shot the video for Bia Bia, and me and my boy Rob Mack left the video at the end of the video shoot. We drove her to prison after the video shoot, all the way in Louisiana. So
How much time did you get?
I don't remember how much time. It was at least 5 years.
That
It was-
sound on brand though. When you did,
sound
when I
on
hear China, no, based off the lyrics.
She went to Fed time for gun running.
Damn.
Yeah, so she didn't even get to perform the song at its peak at all. So that messed her window up. And then Bo Hagen, the same thing. We were just trying to get the records. We just never got the records. I set him up nicely on Get Crunk, and he did the hook on Damn, but we just never was able to translate. Those are things that hurt me to this day, because those were people that's down with me for a long time, and I was pushing and working to make the records, but sometimes it just don't come out.
Yeah. I was going to say with the Lovers and Friends video, when I watched you tell the story, you talked about, I know you mentioned labels loosely, but you said that the labels didn't look at you as a comparable artist to, which when I heard you say that,
that
it
time,
pissed me. Like, I don't know, it made me upset when I heard you say it.
Well, you got to think, Ludacris is a rapper, Def Jam, in the 2000s. Usher is fucking Usher at Monster, biggest guy in R&B, and I'm this guy doing crunk music. You got it. It's not the time. It's not the same times now as I'm known. I'm established. I've proven myself over and over again.
Yeah.
But early in those days, it hadn't happened yet. So
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you helped define that whole sound of the early 2000s.
But they didn't. I don't feel like Def Jam. You know what I mean?
They didn't get it.
Usher.
I don't think nobody got it back then.
No. Yeah.
Lil Jon he wasn't looked at as an artist per se like Luda or
Exactly.
Usher. He was a host DJ.
Yeah,
Like you used
they
to
looked
love
at
his music
hype man.
production. Yeah, that's what it was.
Hype man producer.
Yeah, that's how I think
I
they
can't
looked at it
imagine
back
the
then.
clubs without you. You know what I'm
no,
saying?
hell no.
Like, not even know. What was the clubs without crunk music, Little John back then? Like, no.
A lot less energy.
That's right. Was there ever a low period for Lil Jon?
Yeah. I got burnt out probably after E40's album, and I think we tried to do a second Trillville and Scrappy album, and I just was fried from all, you got to think about it. I've been going since the 90s, 93, producing to, what's that, 2008 or 2008, and I'm just depleted. I have no creative juices left. I go in the studio, I'm trying to produce and trying to make stuff. I think, nothing's coming out. I think that's also what happened with those artists too, because I might have gotten to the point where I was just I had nothing left. I couldn't create it. And then so what I started to do was just go back to the foundation, DJing. Go back to the clubs.
Right.
And what happened was Reggie Bush invited me out to the first game in the Superdome after Katrina. So I went there, and that night he had an after party. Went to the after party, and it was a DJ DJing, and I was just like, this dude is freaking dope. So I met the dude, and he was cool. And so the next day, I was in the airport.
Don't even say his name.
He was
No,
cool.
I'm gonna say his name.
Oh, okay, all right.
His name is DJ Spider.
Okay,
so the
Spider.
next day, I was in the airport, and this nerdy white dude come up to me like, "Hey, remember me?" I'm like, "Who the fuck are you, bro?" He was like, "Oh, Spider. I was DJing last night." I was like, "Oh shit." So what happened was he really inspired me to get back into DJing by the way he was mixing. So me and Spider linked up. He got me on Serato. He started helped me get my music library up, and we started DJing together. So I started to kind of get back into DJing. And so DJing brought my producer creative energy back.
Is that when the records like shots and all that stuff came?
That came
Turned down
just by
for
me
what?
being out and meeting people and learning this, open format world and the EDM world and I ended up meeting LMFAO. I was kind of following their story, and a mutual friend of ours named Eric Deluxe, who he wrote Shots too. He reached out to me and sent me the record. And I was like, this record is a smash. But around that time, I think I first met them when we did a Pitbull video. We were on I think it was Crazy. I think they were in that video. So I was kind of working with Pitbull because we did the anthem, we did Crazy. Then Shots came. So I started to move into another world because I saw that EDM world. I kind of jumped in right as it's starting to get crazy.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting a DJ residency in 2008 in Vegas. So I've been in Vegas doing a DJ residency since 2008, and I'm still there now. So that was a place where I could really, learn a different style, this open format world, and just get my energy back from just being in the midst of the people and understanding what makes people move and groove again. Because DJing is the foundation of my production. Like, I think I started playing the drums when I was in elementary school. So drums and DJing are the two key elements to my production style. That's why it's more beat driven, and that's why they're all club records because of the DJ side.
When you choose to pivot, because you've pivoted a lot. When you choose to pivot, is it because of where music is going or where you're going as a person?
Where my spirit leads me. My spirit, when I started to get back into DJing, God put these people in my path to say, okay, you should now start moving over here. And I remember like telling my manager and my lawyer, I want to go over here and do this DJ stuff. They were like, bro, you making $100,000 a beat. What the hell is wrong with you? I was like, I can't do it no more. But I saw the future. And I always trust my spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, don't listen to your mind, listen to your spirit. And you got to learn the difference between the two. And when you learn the difference, your spirit is never going to lead you wrong.
That's real.
Trust it, and it's going to be fine. And that's what I've been doing, pretty much my whole life. And everything's been okay. You know what I mean? Like, I've been able to now have a #1 EDM song, hip-hop song, R&B song, AC song. How many people had a hit song in 4 decades?
Right.
I don't know.
We had a hit with even the Usher Glue song. I think it was an AC hit, #1. I'll take it. And then I had a song with Pitbull that came out 2 years ago called Jumpin'. That was like #1 on some charts. So yeah, since the 90s I've been doing this, and I'm just thankful every day to wake up and to still be able to do this, and to also right now is the time where the 2000s is on fire.
Yeah,
like
resurgence.
It's on, like, I'm doing so many shows that, and for crowds that I haven't seen in, or maybe not have done as a headliner. I have never headlined for 10,000 people until like the last couple years.
Yeah, you just headlined this weekend.
Wow.
Tacos and
Tequila.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tequila.
so
I
it's
was
like,
out there,
it's amazing that people, the memories that people have from that era, the fun times they had, is making this music, now come back, and it's in a major way.
What made you do the meditation album?
So
'Cause that's totally far the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, turning 50. Turned 50. A lot of things started to happen in my life. First thing it hit me was like, I asked myself, what makes you happy? And I said, damn, only making sure everybody else good. But that's not what makes me, what makes me happy? I couldn't really tell myself. And so I was like, you know what? I need to kind of put myself first. I'm not happy in this marriage. It's like, so I said I wanted to divorce. And also around the same time, me and my good friend Doug Davis, we talk like every year, because he calls and gives me shit because he's like a couple months younger than me. So he's like, you're an old man. So we're talking, and he was telling me he wanted to introduce me to somebody that was in this space. And I was like, that's interesting, because I've been listening to like all of this like binaural beats to sleep and relax, and ocean and rain and all of this type of stuff. So me and this guy Kabir, his name's Kabir Sagal, we connected. And so I'm going through the divorce, and like, I didn't like where my mental state was at, because I'm angry. I'm like, why can't she just do this and that? And like, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like mad, and I don't like, that's not me. I'm a positive at all times person. I don't think negatively. So I'm like, I started to like meditate every day. I started to say affirmations every day. And it helped me to be in a better mental state, as well as having good people in my corner, like my queen. Her name is Jamila. She was there for me at that time, and she would give me like also like just positive. She would just try to keep me in a positive mindset. And she had been through a rough divorce too, so she can give me some insight and just, help me keep my head up. So the affirmations every day, I would literally get a cup of tea, and I had a copper pyramid on my deck. I would get my tea, go sit in this copper pyramid and meditate and just say these affirmations. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm at peace every single day and throughout the day. And so all of this happened at the same time. I meet Kabir, and me and Kabir talking. He's like, we should do meditation stuff. I was like, yeah, let's do that. I'm down with that. I think that's great because I was saying these affirmations. I meditated. So we went in, we recorded a bunch of stuff. But yeah, it was because it was time for a change in my life. I needed to be in more positive mindset. One thing that I also did was I would say affirmations of negativity can't live inside of me. I try to get rid of all negative thoughts.
Right.
And when I did that, when I really got rid of the negative thoughts, I ain't not even saying the word hate. I didn't even use that word. So I'm always trying to change anything that happens to me in any negative situation. It's some positivity you can pull out of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You focus on that. So I would always pull that positivity out. And I've learned if you pull that out, pull the positivity out of any negative situation, and you let God drive. Don't try to drive, and trust God. Everything gonna always be all right.
That's right.
And so we went in, we recorded these albums, and this time of my life is feeling like I'm doing what God intended me to do. But what's amazing is everything that got me here I was supposed to do.
Right.
And even like all of the music that I've given people gave people positivity. So it's always been positivity, but it's meaning more now when someone tells me, I never meditated. You helped me meditate. I was having trouble getting over this grief of losing someone. Your meditation about grief helped me. I'm inspired to, you know how many people have called me about getting in the gym?
Yeah.
It's insane. Like celebrities, all kind of people are like, you inspired me to get healthy. So I feel now like I'm doing what God intended me to do. It took me a long time to get here, but this is the time it's supposed to be. And crazy, I was thinking about this the other day. I met Mr. Farrakhan at the Source Awards one time.
Farrakhan.
And he basically told me, he said, you got power, you got a voice. And he basically was kind of trying to tell me, like, use it. And that stuck with me. Like, I'm like, okay. But now I'm using my voice and my power in a good way to push positivity into the world.
So that is what makes you happy.
That's what, you know, yeah, it makes me happy.
Okay.
Just to do good, you know, just to do good, because all that comes back. And when you, like a guy came to me, I did the Cola Guard thing, right? A guy came to me in the club one night, and was like, I did that Cola Guard test because of you, and it came back positive. And he didn't have colon cancer, but he had polyps. So just stuff like that, it just makes me feel like I'm doing good in the world.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
brother.
You are,
Sure.
absolutely. You definitely are.
Inspiring people and being a good role model to my son. I have a daughter now, you know, she's 10 months old.
Congratulations.
And I look at life like with health, like I gotta be here for her. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be here for her first day of school. I gotta be here for high school graduation, walk her down the aisle. So health is even more important to me. It was something I was doing to just, you know, live a long, full life, but even more so now, I have even more motivation because of my daughter and her mother. I gotta be here for them. You know what I'm saying? So
It's crazy to see you cry because a lot of people never even thought you had eyes. Because you're always more shady.
no, you know what? Black men, we need to cry more.
I agree.
Absolutely.
We need to cry. When you get more in tune to your higher self
That's right.
and you stop vibrating at these low frequencies, you can let the energy flow because we should. We don't have to be tough all the time. Yeah. And you're an advocate for therapy. I push all brothers we don't have to suffer in silence. We suffer in freaking silence. So call your homie sometime and just be like, my nigga, you good? How you doing? Not just period, but how you mentally doing, bro? Because that one little conversation could make him not go do some stupid shit or take his life or whatever, you know? So I started doing therapy. I push anything, any knowledge that I got, I try to share with everybody because we got to help each other.
That's right.
We all we got.
That's
For
right.
sure.
What's the gym? What's the gym mean? What?
This is Citrine. This is positivity, abundance, and it's also my daughter's birthstone. So
It's nice.
yeah.
I want to ask you a question about marriage. Like, you never hear men say they were tired of the marriage, like they wanted to walk away.
What happens is when you start to walk on those eggshells, it's just not a positive environment. And then when you get to the point where, and a lot of times in marriage, we're just there making sure everything's good. And who the hell checking on us?
Yeah.
Who's making sure we okay? Who's coming to us and saying, what do you need today? What can I do for you to make you happy? You know, I know we're the providers and all of that, but we need that love too. We need that assurance. Sometimes women, go to your men and just make them feel like appreciated, because to live in today's society, to go out and make that money and all of the things a husband and a father has to worry about every single day. Yeah. Like I said, suffering in silence that y'all have no clue about. Just be that positive light. Make that house a home. Make it radiate positivity, you know? So, yeah, man. Y'all got me up here crying.
No.
It's positive, man. It's good.
You said today was gonna be a good day, great interview. You might have needed to release.
Really good.
You know what I wanted to know, when Dave Chappelle was doing the skits, at first, did you take it as disrespect, or did you always was like, oh, this is great?
No, Cypher Sounds called me, and he was like, when he did the first one, he was like, yo, Dave Chappelle did this skit on you, bro. It's crazy. It's hilarious. I was like, on me? I'm like, why you doing a sketch on me? Like, I ain't nobody. And he's like, bro, trust me. And so when I saw it, I was like, that's really me. That is really me.
Yeah.
And I got on the show because I went one day to just tell Dave, thank you for doing the sketches, because we have a mutual friend. His name Corey Smith.
Salute to Corey.
And Corey is part of the reason Dave does the sketch too, because I think Dave might have heard this, like, what song was it? I
Don't Give a F?
Yeah, I Don't Give a. He might have heard it, and he probably was like, this would be interesting if that's all he says, but he's actually intelligent. And then Corey was like, yeah, John. Corey thought I went to Morehouse. I just was always hanging out in the AUC, because back in the 90s, if you're from Atlanta, you went to the AUC, Clark
Morehouse,
Spelman, all of that, to just get girls. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you just used to go holler at the girls. So I used to be always up there. So Corey was like, nah, he's smart. He come from this and that. So Dave ran with it. And so I went to the show to thank Dave, and Dave was like, man, hang out. Let's do a sketch. Like, he didn't even know I was coming. And so we did one sketch, and then he had an idea to do another one. So he just had me on camera, and he was off camera, and we was improvising back and forth. And that's how we got the Lil Jon and Lil Jon sketch. And to think that I was able to improv with one of the greatest comedians of our time, how many people get to do that? Not many, you know? So that was amazing. And Dave took me places that music would never, ever be able to take me.
How did that change everything for you?
Yeah.
Just that sketch.
It just opened me up to more people that didn't get it or would have never listened to the music. I remember just being in the airport and like all kind of white people coming to me, like the whole families and all types of people, because he was moving the needle at that time for culture. So, and it just opened up a lot more doors.
And that's when they started putting the T's in the name, Little John. That's when you started hearing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and shout out to Cat Williams too, because he co-signed me too when he did his Pimp Chronicles. I think that's his greatest special too.
Absolutely.
I'm going on record saying that. And you know, he brought me out and let me do my catchphrases, and we ended up going in the studio working on some songs together. He used to come by the house. Shout out to Cat. I need to get you in the gym with me, Cat. Come on, Pat. Man, you can go work out. You can run, but can you put some weight up, Pat? Yeah.
Shout
Do
out
you get
to
tired of
Jay.
doing that too? Do people come up to you all the time like, come on, one time?
Oh my God.
Does that bother the
I
issue out of
could
you?
be, yeah, man. They don't do it as much as they used to.
Okay.
But like people that used to hang out with me, like say early 2000s or 2010s, used to be like, bro, you don't get tired of that? And I'm like, I don't even hear it no more. I zone them people out. But like, yeah, I used to be at like TSA, a grocery store.
They're like, yeah.
Exactly. And they do it till they expect me to do it. So
Right.
they keep doing it, and I might just be like, what's up, bro?
But even in the meditation album, it's a soft but you
Yeah.
say, tell the universe, yeah.
Yeah, so
know?
so that's the new meditation album.
Yeah.
So when we did the first, we recorded a bunch of stuff when we, when I did the first meditation album, I recorded a couple other projects.
Got you.
So one of the projects was something that my guy Doug Davis came up with. He was like, you should take your songs and remix them into meditations. And I was like, okay. So we recorded it, but I was like, this don't need to come out first because nobody's going to take me serious. So I'm doing like, say yeah to life.
Right.
Get low and ground, So
like
I was
that,
like,
though.
we're not going to do that first. So now's the time we're going to drop that. I think it's a fun project, but it's real meditations, but it's just a play off of the songs that you know and love.
Yeah.
I just got a couple more questions. The industry rewards constant energy, right? Like you got to
Yeah.
always be on. How did you learn the difference between performance energy and just personal peace?
I just am myself. It's spiritual again. Like I just know when to be crazy, Lil Jon. I know when to be just cool, chill. It's just let my spirit guide me everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So.
And you talking about the meditation and the mindfulness, like. Well, no, I want to ask you, when you were at the height of Crunk, did you even have the language for like stress and anxiety and burnout back then?
No, I didn't. I was just go. It was all just because I don't know where the peak is. You know what I mean? And I didn't even expect to get where I got. Because I just started off. Me and the Eastside Boys, we did that first song, Who You With, just to make something for the clubs of Atlanta. And then that turned into, okay, now you got to do an album. And then that turned into being on anger management tour with Eminem and 50 Cent. And then 50 Cent even took me to Australia. I went on tour with 50 in Australia.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just happy to be here. I'm just going to keep going and that's how I am. Like, I got to work. I got to keep working, because these are opportunities that are coming to me. So I don't want to, somebody's sitting at home right now wishing they could be out. Or somebody else could take this opportunity and use it if I don't use it. So I'm going to take advantage of all of that.
Now, you were a big drinker at one time and totally stopped.
Yes. Drinking.
What made you stop that drinking?
Turning 50.
So you waited to 50 to stop drinking?
Man, why you judging yourself? No goddamn judgmental.
You still drinking it?
Yes. They ain't do the hookah.
Damn.
So I turned 50, and for a while, like a year or two, I had this constant like discomfort in my side, and I didn't know what it was. So 50, like I need to go to the doctor, right? So I went to the doctor, and the doctor is like, okay, for one, I thought it was my liver, because I'm like, I drink too much. It's got to be my liver, and I'm scared as fuck. So he's like, your liver's on the other side. It's not your liver. And then he's like, it's probably inflammation in your gut. He's like, you're 50 years old. You need a colonoscopy anyway to check for polyps. So when I'm in there, I can do an endoscopy and check your gut.
Right.
So comes back and I have inflammation in my gut. So I had stopped drinking because I was scared of the liver. So I had already stopped. So by the time I had the colonoscopy, it had been like 6 months, and I was like, I'm good. I'm just gonna not drink no more. So I think I was going like 3 months, and I was like, 6 months. I was like, nah. Then I was like, maybe I go 9 months. Then I went to a year, and I was like, when I got to the year mark, I was like, I'm good. I don't even need to drink no more. And I think one thing that kind of that like brought some insight to me, like health has been like important to me for a while, because I know like a guy that had a triple bypass. He was like 35. So that started me first on my, like, I need to start correcting stuff with myself before it's too late, because the older you get, the harder it is to reverse what's going on. So that started. And then when I was dating my partner, Jamila, she really pushed me into, I think she saved my life because she pushed me into getting my blood work done and getting lab work done.
Mm-hmm.
I found out I had inflammation in my gut. Like, I knew I had inflammation in my gut, but Candida, gut is the key to a lot of problems in your body. So you got to get I saw the Rock talking, and he said his gut was messed up too. So no healthy bacteria in my gut, Candida, inflammation. And then I found other like markers in my blood work that I was like, oh, I got to change this or take this out of my diet. So all of that helped me to like hone in on exactly what I needed to do also to get my health like more tuned into.
Sure.
I saw you say it was like you came up out of a
A
haze
fog.
or a fog
Yes.
when you stopped drinking.
Because if you think about it, I was drinking every weekend, so I never fully got over the drinking. Like, I would drink a bottle of 42 a night.
Jesus.
Like, so Friday, Saturday, a bottle of 42.
First of all, I ain't gonna let none of these alcoholics in here talk about some goddamn
I be
Jesus.
drinking, but all them
Yeah,
nights, a whole bottle every
Because
night.
I'm
I
doing
can't do
shots
a whole
with
bottle.
everybody in the
lying,
morning.
they lying.
We might do a couple shots, but we ain't doing no whole bottle.
couple
every
shots at
day.
6
But
a.m.
I'm the party guy.
We
You
right.
don't want to drink with me.
You're right.
And I
Yeah.
got to drink with everybody.
Shot,
They-
shots,
if I
no.
turned down a shot, they were like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
So I got to, it's damn near a bottle a night. So I'm always constantly getting over the hangover or my body is still trying to recover. So I never am recovering. So when you lay off the alcohol, you come out of that fog and it's like everything is clearer.
So it played into your mental evolution. Yeah.
Everything, you know? So I like the way that felt. And then, when I started working out, it's like, I can work out. Like, you can't work out when you're hungover. And then you put alcohol in your body, that's sugar. That's not gonna help you get the goals.
So if you write a book, it should be have a chapter turned down for what, and you talk about exactly all the reasons why your ass should turn down.
Yeah, especially when you get in your up there in the years, because I'm 53, I'm going down the hill. You know what I mean? I want to have. That's another thing at my 50s. I was like, I'm over that top. I don't know how much time I got. I want to enjoy my life. I want to enjoy my life. I want to do stuff that makes me happy.
Right.
Do you think people truly understand the loneliness that can come with success and entertainment?
No, because they just see the private jets and the trips and all that. They don't realize, sometimes you can't go nowhere because people bugging you. You can't spend time with your loved ones without people bugging you,
Right.
or I gotta make another hit record, or you know what I mean, like, or even when you start to go down, you're not as hot as you were. People not picking up the phone and all that. Yeah, it's a lot of most people couldn't deal with this life. They could not deal with it because it's too much pressure. Then people on the internet with all their opinions and all of this and that, and it's a lot of pressure that you cannot be built weak to be in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
So, yes, sir.
Man, my last question, when you think about legacy now, how much of it is about peace and purpose rather than, I guess, the plaques and the parties and all of that?
I think my legacy is going to be all about positivity because every step of the way it's been. Crunk was positive. It was a positive release. Then EDM stuff was positive. Positive part. Just it was all partying based initially, but it wasn't like I was saying go do a drive by on the ops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like, hey, go release, turn up.
Yeah.
And then now in my latter years, it's meditation, mindfulness. Get therapy, fellas. I'm gonna tell everybody out there, get therapy.
That's right.
Get a therapy. If you're going through it, you should not be left to your own devices to deal with some serious issues. Sometimes you need to talk to someone that's a qualified person. And I did EMDR. Did you ever do EMDR?
I never did EMDR.
EMDR is amazing because it taps into your subconscious. When I did EMDR, stuff came out that I didn't know was there. So it can it can find the root of why you got that trauma. And then
I did that with ayahuasca.
Yeah, I have not done any of that yet. I don't want to do it. I'm thinking about it, but I don't want it to change me.
It won't.
Because I just feel like I'm already at a certain place
Yeah.
But I do want to go tap into those things that I have locked deep away.
A lot of people who've done EDMR tell me that the ayahuasca experience is pretty similar because it just everything that is in your subconscious that you've suppressed.
Right.
God is like, no, look at it here.
Yeah.
It's all on the table
Is
now.
that
Yeah.
a scary feeling though when you got to face all that stuff?
No, it's profound. EMDR is profound because it's like, that's why I act like that. Or that's why my mother treated me that way. Or this is why that happened. It helps you. And then like EMDR, like when I did it recently, I was able to go to my childhood self and say, it's okay.
Wow.
I'm here. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're loved, you're appreciated, you know, all of that. And it helped me to get past whatever that was. So that's why I like it, because it's stuff that, you know, because I was kind of not forced, but I was like, someone was like, you should, you know, go. You should try it.
Yeah.
You know, because it helped them. And I did it, and I was like, I'm good. I don't need this. And then I was like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, I did not know that. And the more you do it, the more stuff comes to you, and you just realize, this is why I'm the way I am. I can now get past this, and I can change these habits, you know, and I can live a better life.
Wow.
Man, Lil Jon, you are an icon living.
I love
right.
you, man.
You're an
Appreciate you for
icon
joining
living.
us,
You're one of
man.
the greatest producers of all time. You've brought
Yep.
people so much joy. In this next chapter of your life where you are helping people heal, I think it's going to be your best work yet, my brother.
I think so too.
I do too. It feels so good when people come to me and say, you helped me.
That's what it is.
You know, without me even directly doing anything for them, I'm helping so many people and inspiring people. Like with the fitness journey, with the, you know, the bodybuilding thing, coming in third in this competition, it was hard to just do it, period. It was hard to just even get there. And I was just happy to be a part of it. And I just want to inspire people to say that say, I can't work out, I don't have time, I'm on the road, I'm a new father, I'm in the studio, I'm doing a million things, and I'm able to go to the gym and transform my body, eat right, do all these things, so you can do it too.
Man, you could be the new Billy Blanks, man. You can do training, hit training, where it's your music playlist, all the Crunk music.
All of that.
Yeah,
getting
we can do
people
that.
going. Body by John.
Body by John, I love it.
Okay. Help me out with it, Charlamagne.
I got you, man. I can definitely
Only if it make you happy, though.
Oh, no, I love it. I
All
love
right,
to
let's
inspire.
go.
There you go. Well, Lil Jon, we appreciate you for joining us. And also, December 18th, you're performing for our sister station,
Yeah.
96.1
Oh, my God.
Jingle
in
ball.
Atlanta,
Yeah.
Jingle Ball.
Yeah.
So
I'm coming.
what should the people expect for Lil Jon in that show?
Crunk,
Period.
they want it.
Because it says Lil Jon and Friends.
It's Crunk and friends. Crunk.
I can't wait.
Ain't no commercial, just it's Atlanta, and I gotta hit them hard. You know, Jermaine talking crap, all like but Jermaine, that's family. Jermaine actually called me, was like, "Who you bringing out?" So we
I was going to ask because y'all got
Yeah.
friends that are
Yes.
friends.
So, but I'm just gonna bring the Crunk. That's what they want. That's what I'm gonna give them.
We are
That's what they
excited.
ain't seen in a while.
Word.
So that's what I'm gonna give them. I
we
ain't
should wear
trying to do nothing
sneakers.
crazy. Crunk.
We excited.
Could that era ever come back? Like the way Metro Boomin just did Futuristic Summer, could that Crunk era ever come back?
If it did, I don't know if people can handle it.
I think we need like grown people who don't get the release. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Maybe you have someone you put everybody put their phones up.
But you don't heal the same way. You can't be jumping
Yeah,
around and
yeah.
everybody
To me, they need to get
zoom
back.
after.
And I don't know how that'll sprinkle down to the YNs. Like, how would they?
We don't
handle
need
the-
y'all there.
No,
We
no.
don't want
It's
y'all
gonna
there.
sprinkle. TikTok
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
don't,
it.
I don't
It's
think
gonna
that
be.
Crunk could be recreated, but I'm glad that we do have these Crunk classics that'll never die. So we good. I don't think it could come back.
Maybe
I
I'll
don't know
do
if it-
something next year. Maybe I'll do
Yeah,
something
well,
like,
yeah.
Why
like
not?
you know, Metro did. Maybe I
Yeah.
will.
Why
That'd
not?
be
I
fire.
was talking about it, but it's just got to be the right. Everything with me is the right timing.
Yes,
You know, when the universe tell me it's time for it, that's when it happens.
that's right.
All right. Well, 96.1, get your tickets. He will be performing at the Atlanta's Jingle Ball. Can't wait to see you guys. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?